Would you say that the Philippine government has a stance or a position on web3 and these technologies?
Well,
Web3 Gaming, the latest news, updates, and esports. This is YGG TV.
We love how blockchain technology is changing the world. But with what's currently happening in the market, crypto regulation is more uncertain than ever before. Each country has their own approach on how to adopt this new technology. But with the Philippines as a melting pot for innovation in Web3 gaming, we have an opportunity to show the world how to do it right. Together with us in the studio is Jeffrey Dy, Assistant Secretary for the Department of Information and Communications Technology of the Philippines, to give us a clear picture of how the government plans to embrace the mass adoption of Web3. Jeff, welcome. Thank you for joining us. For the people who are not super familiar with what the DICT does and what its goals are, could you just maybe give us a quick primer of what it's supposed to be doing?
first, thank you for having us in the show, and it is my privilege to represent the Department of Information and Communications Technology. The DICT is one of the younger departments in the Republic of the Philippines. We're just 6 years old. Basically, we're your chief information officer. So we take care of everything that has to do with information and communications, including regulation of telecommunications, of the entire telecommunications industry. Of course, the design, the build of the information communications infrastructure of the country, and more particularly in your interest is including the advice to financial regulators like the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or the Central Bank of the Philippines with regard to the use of technology in banking, including non-banking finance, like cryptocurrency, blockchain,
Right.
Cybersecurity as well is
Yeah.
being handled by the Department of Information Communications.
So that means that the DICT does provide some guidance about the way that cryptocurrencies can be either taxed or regulated in the Philippines?
We give advice,
Yes.
but it's still the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas
Okay.
and the Department of Finance who has more direct impact with regard to this
Right,
particular
right.
But we do sit in the Digital Financial Inclusion Committee, chaired by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and co-chaired by the National Economic Development Authority.
Okay. Would you say that the Philippine government has a stance or a position on Web3 and these technologies?
Well, let's talk about two things. First, Web3. Web3, of course, we have a stand. We wanted to educate the people. We want people to know more about this upcoming technology, like blockchain, the freer web, as we would say, what Web3 is all about. We also want to train our people to be able to become employable in this particular industry. That's Web3. But at the heart of Web3 and one of the most important application of blockchain, which is cryptocurrency, I think we are one of the more liberal countries when it comes
Yes,
to
for sure.
adopting cryptocurrency, but we have a long way to go.
Okay. Would you say that there is a strategy for how you guys want to educate? Because you said that education was a really big part of your goals. Is there an educational strategy for the DICT for the Philippine mainstream when it comes to Web3?
Yes, there is. The DICT was mandated by the president just recently, about a few months ago, to provide training for upskilling and reskilling our workforce to adopt new technologies, which includes Web3, and also to provide scholarships. It was a direct order from the cabinet. The president also directed the DICT to interface with CHED, with DepEd, in strengthening the science and technology programs in order to include this digital information communications infrastructure.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what the 2023 roadmap might look like for the DICT? Is there some specific things, events, or activities that we can look forward to?
Well, the focus would be cybersecurity.
Okay.
Of course, still building the cyber capability, not only of the experts but also of the general population. Especially because there's a lot of scams through text, phishing, smishing attempts.
Yes.
We're still building our infrastructure. That we have a free Wi-Fi program that we're trying to build. The national broadband plan. which attempts to interconnect all 7,000 islands of the Philippines into one broadband highway.
Yeah.
I guess that's the summary of
Okay.
the and digital inclusion, which includes making sure that every community, whether poor, whether the richer ones, are interconnected in the cyberspace.
For you personally, where would you like the Philippines to be 3 to 5 years from now in terms of, what you were talking about, digital inclusion and things like that? What do you think your own personal targets would be?
When you go outside, there's a lot of financial transactions that happen without actual cash or
Right.
cashless financial transaction. So as part of the digital financial inclusion, we would want to see Filipinos embracing more this cashless type of transaction. That means more trust into the system as well.
Right.
In the financial digital
Yeah,
transaction system as well.
Yeah. Last question, I guess. This is just related to, I guess, we believe that the Web3, the metaverse actually opens up all sorts of interesting job opportunities for Filipinos. Like, do you guys have anything in your mind about like how you would potentially support those alternative kind of work?
Well, one is we're inviting everyone, especially you guys, to form your industry associations.
Yeah.
So that you can support us. The government does not have monopoly of information and knowledge and expertise, especially in this field. We need the help of the private sector.
Yeah.
I would like to see government as more of an enabler, while the private sector is more of the doer. No?
Yeah.
Because in terms of number, you're
Smart.
more than the government.
Yes, sure.
Plus, you're more exposed to what people really need, and we want your support. No, we don't want. We need your support in this particular scheme. We're building a ICT academy in Valenzuela. We have a 2.4 hectare facility there.
Wow.
And apart from cybersecurity, I would like to invite your industry experts and associations to also help us build a curriculum targeting basic and intermediate skills with regard to Web3, blockchain, and cryptocurrency as well. And please join us and help us in building this learning ecosystem in our ICT Academy.
Wonderful. The next few months will determine the fate of the crypto industry. There are both good and bad sides to regulating a technology that is designed to be decentralized. So how far are we willing to bend? At this point, education is our strongest weapon. 2023 will possibly be a landmark for regulation worldwide. Mass adoption will continue, of course, as more real-world applications like crypto and Web3 games come about. And it is undeniable that the Philippines will be at its helm. The next few months will determine the fate of the crypto industry. There are both good and bad sides to regulating a technology that is designed to be decentralized. So, how far are we willing to bend? At this point, education is our strongest weapon. 2023 will possibly be a landmark for regulation worldwide. Mass adoption will continue as more real-world applications like crypto and Web3 games come about. And it is undeniable that the Philippines will be at its helm. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we look forward to working with the DICT in 2023.
Thank you very much, Louis.
Thank you so much.